Hi everyone, my name is Jeremy Noga, and I'm talking about employee handbooks today. Employee handbooks are very beneficial to companies, especially larger companies. Um, what they do is they lay out their rules and regulations, policies, all of like the legal stuff that they don't really have time to go through individually with each worker. So they give them a handbook, and it's expected that you read the handbook and then sign a waiver saying that you read the handbook, so that in case anything happens, like you violate it or management finds something that you did that's wrong, then you're held responsible for what you did. They also could save money because, anything that you don't do wrong eventually will save the company money. If you don't have to redo something or go to court or anything like that, then it saves the company money. They also remove liability for working accidents, which is what I'm going to talk about with the article I found. In December of 2006, a KFC in Columbus, Ohio was sued by one of their former employees for workman's compensation. What this means is he was injured on the job, and because of that, he wants the company to pay him wages while he's still injured because he can't work elsewhere, and they want the company to pay for the damages that happened to him. So basically what happened, this worker was cleaning out a pressure cooker, and there were warnings written on the pressure cooker. He got warnings from his supervisor and two other workers, and it was in the employee handbook that you shouldn't clean the pressure cooker by boiling water in it because it creates steam, builds up pressure, and can be dangerous. Well, this worker did, and what ended up happening is the steam released and gave him second and third degree burns in the midsection of his body, and he ended up having to stop working there. They sued for 72% of his wages for the first 3 months and then 2/3 until he recovered. However, the employee didn't receive this because the company found the employee handbook and cited in it, if you don't follow proper safety procedures, then you basically forfeit your job. So that's what happened. He cleaned the cow wrong, and because of that, he forfeited his job. So any injury that happened after that wasn't the company's problem, basically. So it's important to read the employee handbook. The article doesn't state anything about if he signed a waiver saying he read the employee handbook, received one even. Doesn't say anything about that, but I would assume with a company as large as KFC that they would have something in place because they probably have a huge legal department for situations such as this. The issue this case brings up is in other industries mostly. What employee handbooks are there for are for when employees flagrantly disobey the rules or break the rules to do something faster, quicker, whatever. However, in other industries such as like a truck driver, if they drive 5 miles an hour faster than the speed limit, technically they're breaking the rules, but if that's so that they don't cause a traffic delay or a backup or an accident because they're going slow, is it really that dangerous? Well, legally, yes. However, because of the specific situation that truck driver's in, they don't have so much astringency with the way they have to follow the rules. Whereas in our industry, the restaurant industry, if we don't use equipment properly and we get hurt because of it, that's totally not our fault. But if the company we work for, the restaurant we work for, doesn't clearly state that in a handbook and a contract and something that we've seen and signed, then technically the company's liable. So that's why employee handbooks are so crucial for larger companies, especially because they have this umbrella coverage that keeps them safe with all of the workers and all of the potential problems that they could have. So even though employee handbooks are mostly for larger companies, they're really good for small companies too, because they give you the legal coverage that you need. If you have a smaller business and one of your 5 workers hurts themselves, they could sue you for millions of dollars if you don't have some sort of safety net in place, like an employee handbook or a disclaimer or something that covers your workman's compensation. So to recap, employee handbooks are essential to running a business efficiently and safely. They save you time training. You don't have, well, you still have to train your employees on specific things. However, the overarching policies and rules and regulations of the entire company can be covered in the handbook, so that you don't have an employee running to you asking you, what do I do if I want to have a day off? Or what do I do if something goes wrong and the manager's not around? That way you have your employee handbook to fall back on and say, well, on this page in your handbook, here's the answer. They save you money if they remove your liability for you, so you don't have to go to court and pay people the millions and millions of dollars that companies get sued for all the time. They're also just a good idea to have, because you know they help you. They make your life easier as a manager. They're pretty essential for any successful business. Alright, well, thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something about employee handbooks. Bye.